a good friend of mine. Ted's a good friend of mine. I've known Ted for about 6 or 7 years. And this man standing here this morning is nothing short of the miracle of God. I have seen Ted at his very, very worst. I have seen him at his most vulnerable, weakest moment of his entire life. I've seen him laying on the hospital bed, dead. I have seen him lay there for months, deteriorating, unconscious, breathing on a machine, deteriorating away, looking absolutely hopeless. But by the power and the miracle of God, Ted Sinclair is standing here alive and healed in Jesus' name. Absolute miracle here. Friend, I want you to share your testimony.
As Jeff said, in the spring of 2003, my wife and I had been married about 5 years, and we had 2 small children, and I got ill. And it seemed like just flu at first, and after a few days in the hospital, it became apparent that it was something much worse. I had kidney failure, I was on dialysis, liver failure, I was on transplant. The best doctors in Dallas couldn't figure out what was wrong. They were telling my wife that it was only hours before I would be gone. And when you're faced with some of the most difficult times in your life, that's when your real character shows. And Deanna, my wife, chose not to believe the doctors, but instead she turned to God with a faith that I don't even understand today. And she went to work praying, reading the Bible, and reaching out to people to pray for me, and seeking God's Word. There were many months that I was there, and there were many reasons and tests that she should have given up hope, but only by God that she didn't give up hope. And I believe that my life was spared because of her faith and because of the prayers of everyone else. Well, I left the hospital after almost 8 months and started rehab. And again, I relied on Deanna. She was there with me for those 8 months, helping me to walk again and heal. And then I got to the point that I began to realize what financial perils we were in. Out of work for 1.5 years. And Jeff, I did what I always did. I relied on myself, kind of like Israel. I don't know why I felt God had brought me that far. He wouldn't take care of me, but no, I went to work and relied on myself and my intellect, and you know, we dug out of that hole. And after years of long hours, I should have been happy, but I was not. I should have been proud of what we'd accomplished, but I was miserable. And again, I turned to Deanna to fix me, and she couldn't. And it wasn't until I drove her away, and I really had the most pain I've ever had in my life, that I finally went to God and spent days praying and not sleeping and trying to understand. And He revealed to me that even though I had known who He was for 30 years, I had lived for me. I tried to be a good person. I tried to study His Word, but I still wanted Him to do what I wanted in my life and bless my plans and my goals. And it wasn't until my heart was broken and I had more pain than I thought I could bear that I finally let go and gave my life to God. The peace that He's given me and the strength during this time is again beyond what I can understand. Deanna's testimony is a testimony of faith and what prayer can do. And my testimony is the mercy of God, that He never gave up on me, just that you guys